weekend so far. Wild, absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of people. Those sandwiches have scoops of meat on them that have to be a pound or two.
Are they
I know.
really? I've never been to one.
We bought beaver bites,
Beaver nuggets.
beaver nuggets, right, beaver nuggets, yeah. And then homemade potato chips,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. They could have had a little more salt on them, but yeah.
They can slap a beaver on it, Bucky's has it.
Easy.
I'm looking at beavers on everything.
We're good. Yep.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Steve, unfortunately, is a little under the weather. Got it in the back and I guess confined to bed is what we hear.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we hope,
Yeah, it's not doing
we
well.
hope him for the best and hopefully he's recovering. So if you get a chance, give him a call and make him get out of bed to get the phone, get him going. But, so we have the, hope you've all had a chance to look at last month's minutes. If you have and there's no corrections or changes, we'd entertain a motion to accept those.
I'll motion to accept our August minutes.
Motion to accept, do we have a second?
I second.
And we have a second, all in favor? Say
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
and opposed. And we'll get right to Larry, you want to lead us into the
Yeah, the,
unfinished business?
after discussion with Kerry Groninger, he and his family have decided that Madison Park would be a good name for the development in Gateway Grove, the park in Gateway Grove. I would agree with that. You know, being a graduate of Madison, I think that is a good way to hold memories of what was there at one time. It also goes along with McKinley Park. I mean, that was a school at one time as well, and torn down, and they named it McKinley Park. So I would propose to the board that we name the location of the Gateway Grove Madison Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've all kind of know where we're talking about. I was actually by there today. It's a small little park, but very nice equipment there, and I think it's going to be a nice addition.
Open already?
It is open. Yeah, it's been open for a couple of weeks now.
My grandkids were there last week and they just love it.
Awesome.
Nobody else there, they were just having a blast.
Yeah.
Very nice. So having said that, if we'll need a motion to go ahead and vote on that. Again, Groningers have requested that that be named the Madison Park. We'll need a motion for that.
I move that we name the new park where the Madison School used to be Madison Park.
We have a motion, Jill? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to name the new park Madison Park. And all in favor, please? Aye?
Aye.
And any opposed? Very good.
Good.
Madison Park.
All right,
Shall
great.
be.
I'd like to thank the Groninger family again for the donation of the land and the equipment, and we'll get with Greg Kraft and get a Madison Park sign that matches all of our other parks, get that in place and get it in the ground. Usually takes about 4 to 6 weeks. Once we get that in place, we'll have a ribbon cutting and officially open the park, even though it's open, so it's all good.
Very good. Continue on.
The Kelly Park Pond Project, we went out and visited today. I just wanted to give you an update on the park, Kelly Park Project. It's coming along well. The pond has been dredged. The ditch coming from Foley Street has been widened, cleaned, and new stone put in there. The stone around the pond is complete. The plantings are installed around the pond, and 6 aerators are installed. You can see those actually bubble nowadays. They still have seeding and strawing of the lawn areas to finish, and some tree debris removal to do yet. But the sledding hill will be affected this year and throughout next year, probably. The reason being is they took the sledding hill and they opened it up to a big hole, dug it out probably 25 feet deep and around, and all the dredgings from the pond, that's where they put them. And they have a drain in the bottom of the hill that eventually this settlement will go down, it'll dry out, but it's going to take about 8 months to dry out. So what we're going to do for this year is we're going to grade the hill all the way around, but we're still going to keep the top fenced just because of safety reasons, to have that secured. So I anticipate this winter, if we get good snow, we can still climb up the hill and slide down there, but we won't be able to get on top and then go down it. But there'll still be some access to some sledding at Kelly Park. So I think that's about the best we can do. And, it's another project done by Stormwater Funds that has really turned out nice. I think Larry went out and looked at it today,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a nice look, a nice pond again.
Yeah, I did, was out there today, what a big improvement that was, what it is compared to what it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks, they were working, really going at it today when I was out there.
It actually opened up a little bit to the east too. That was in the wooded area where they put the, kind of like overflow. They've cleared that area back there, and we think that'd be a good place to go ahead and seed that area and maybe put a couple picnic tables back in there and kind of have a quiet reading place or something back in there as well. So
Would this be to the north?
to the east of the pond.
To the east of
Yeah,
the pond,
to the
okay.
east of the pond, but and that's something we didn't have access. Well, it was our property, but we didn't have access to have it cleared and everything, and now we will have. So it'll be a nice
So is the
expansion.
pond in a different place than it was?
It is not. It's a little bigger than it was. It's deeper than it was. It's about 13 feet once the level of the water gets all the way up to where it should be. Of course, with no rain, I mean, we're bubbling water, but it's not very deep right now. So if you look out there at the ledge, where the ledge is and the rocks, and the water is intended to come up to those rocks around there. So it's got a ways to go, but until we get rainfall, you're not going to see it happen. Bless you.
Larry, does that, what they're doing there, does that, I know to the west, that's always been, on private property, that's always been pretty soggy, pretty damp. Does that help drain that area?
It actually doesn't
Right.
change much of
It
anything to
doesn't?
that, no.
Okay. I don't know if that was somehow connected with that.
No, it'd still be the big concrete pipe coming in and the ditch from Foley Street coming in there, and then the overflow is going out the northeast side there, but it doesn't shed any more water on any other landowners around there. It really doesn't change a whole lot of what was going on there. Yeah.
Any questions? Okay.
Third thing, the Story Walk Bar Farm Trail. I know on Monday the 9th, we had a ribbon cutting for the Story Walk. This was a collaboration between the library and their sponsors and the Parks Department. The event was well attended. The first story is in the 19 podiums for everyone to enjoy, and it is also, I'd like to thank Language Matters for putting it in Spanish as well as English. So Naomi requested that, and they were gracious to help us out. They're contracted through the city, so Lucas and his team did that for us, and it seems to be a hit. There's school buses out there today, and we've had great weather for that, and it's been well used. So we're happy to see that all happening.
I really like the spacing on it. I've been to some notably in Peru, and they have a nice one, but their spacing is rather lengthy
is,
between ones. And
yes.
this keeps their interest, and they jump to the next one.
Yes.
So I really like the fact that it's kind of concentrated in.
And we're getting some notoriety for our programs and advertisement out there as well. So, I mean, it's a win-win for both of us, so. And I think they're going to change the stories every 2 to 3 months. Is that what they said, Stephanie, I believe, so, yeah.
Okay, very good. Any questions, comments? Okay, go on to new business. Sean?
Yeah, on the maintenance, so shortly after our last meeting, we completed the Madison Park, topped off. We got our engineered wood fiber in, I believe, the next day. Finished all of our grade work, got all the grass seed planted. And we haven't had a lot of rain, so it's still just grass seed and straw there. But hopefully we get some rain, get some grass growing. It'll turn out beautiful, like Larry said. We get a sign ordered, we'll get that installed as soon as that comes in as well. And we've seen a lot of people over there playing, so it's been a big hit for as small of an area as it is. It's been nice to see. Something else that's happened since our last meeting is we had the unveiling of the artwork in Central Park. Reflections, that was called, Larry? So that was a pretty neat deal, and it turned out great. It's a good addition to Central Park. I'm sure most of you have probably seen it. We have made a lot of repairs on the Beyer Farm Trail. We've replaced a lot of boards that are starting to just dry rot or get wet and absorb water and rot away. Also, we did pretty extensive work on the lookout area that raises up and looks over the wetlands. There's a little bit of structural damage there just because of the age and being on top of water. It was boards that were warping and stuff. So we spent probably 2 weeks out there, our carpenters did, and hopefully it's beautiful and safe to walk for another year until we replace more boards. We recently, today, just started topping off the rest of the playgrounds with engineered wood fiber. We started at Rarick Park, there behind the old marsh. We've gone to Pike Lake to the swing set out by the beach there, and then also Beyer Park by Pike Lake. We still have a little bit of wood fiber left. I believe our plan is to top off Kerr Park down Market Street with what's left, and I think our wood fiber should be pretty good until next year then. And then also we've started a bench replacement in Bixler Park. The old benches, they were all set on concrete pads, and the ornamental lights are also on those pads. We've went in, we've taken all the lights down, all the benches out, broke up all the concrete, we're pouring new concrete, cleaning and rewiring the ornamental lights while we have them down. We're going to reinstall them, and then we also have some new surface mount benches that we're going to install on those pads. We're also adding a new grill pad and redoing a few of those as well over there. I believe that's all I have.
Very good. Questions, comments? Stephanie, would you like to enlighten us with your recreation report?
So we finished up the summer with a movie in the park over at Lucerne Park. Last year we had family movie nights on Saturdays. We wanted the numbers to be a little bit better, so we moved it to Friday nights. And on Friday, July 23rd, we had a huge turnout. We had elementary students all the way up to seniors come for that movie. I got to work at it. Always makes me happy to see a lot of different people out there. And at the end of the movie, which we had Wonka, everyone cheered and clapped, and they told me that they liked having those on Friday nights. So next year, I think it'll be a Friday night movie. So like I said, that kind of ended, the summer for us. Larry mentioned the story walk. I'm very proud of what we did for, the short time, I guess, that we did it in, just a few months. I love having kids out in nature. I think more kids need to be out there. And I know that reading is very important too. So I think both of those go together very well. This Saturday, Lene has been hard at work getting Touch-A-Truck around. So Saturday, September 21st, in Central Park from noon to 3, we will have the Touch-A-Truck event out there. Stop out and see us. Lene and I will be up by the pavilion handing out free popcorn and a lot of other goodies. We'll have helicopters and trucks and all kinds of things, service vehicles out there. And then I've been working on Fall Family Fun, which is on Friday, October 4th. We were able to add some different things to that this year, one of those being pony rides. So Larry agreed that pony rides would probably be a good fit out there. So I was really happy with that. So we'll see how that goes. And the Kosciuszko Community Senior Center will be helping do shuttle buses. They will be running from Lucerne Park down to Higher Park, giving people free rides to help with the parking at that event. So. And then all of our Art in the Park stuff has opened up, and it's filling up quite nicely. So there's all kinds of new things being offered this year with the help of Lene. So Larry will touch a little bit on the things she's been doing for us and what she was just awarded. But she's been a big help, very positive person to work with. So.
I'm sure you're glad to see the summer come to an end, but it doesn't, your job doesn't get any less difficult, doesn't it?
No,
It just
we've
goes right to
just,
fall. and-
yeah,
and then-
we've decided to add a few more things throughout the calendar year and take a little bit out of the summer, just so we're filling up some more, empty spaces we had in the calendar. So, and I'm excited that the senior paint classes are getting ready to start back up. I really enjoy those.
Doesn't feel like fall yet, though.
No,
It
Not yet.
doesn't.
Not yet.
And so the parks, I imagine, are still very busy.
Yes.
Upkeep.
yes, yes.
Very good, thank you. Okay, Larry?
Other matters, we've got recognition of the Above and Beyond August Award that was voted by the staff. We actually had a tie, so two individuals received the award, Ben Michael and Lene Miller. We are grateful for Ben and Lene for their outstanding contributions, which have truly gone above and beyond. Ben consistently steps up, tackling tasks as soon as he sees them. Lene, her social media skills, press releases, and program development have been exceptional. Together, they both make a significant difference, and we're proud to have them on our team. So thank you to Ben and Lene, and a couple great pictures there again. I mean, they make me look good every time they're smiles. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Well, we appreciate
But,
them both.
Yeah, they've done, Ben's our carpenter, and he's did just all kind of stuff. I mean, he's talented, and he just has a motor that doesn't quit. And Lene has came in and just, made our department whole again, and with her skills on social media and programs, and just her creativeness, and so we're happy to have them both. So,
Yeah, very
yep.
good, thank you.
Yep.
Meeting review, any comments, questions? I will make a comment. I had a little bit of time this afternoon and drove around and went to, like Larry mentioned, out to Kelly Park and saw what was going on there, but I also kind of drove around, which I don't get out. We've done this for years, and you take a lot of this for granted, but it's amazing how well-kept these parks are. And it's just a tribute to Larry and Sean and Suzanne and Stephanie and the rest of the staff. I see your crew emptying the trash cans every day out at Pike Lake and around, plus you've got all these other things to take care of. And we've added another park for you.
Yep,
Be that
absolutely.
little as it is, it's still something that will look as nice as all the other ones, I'm sure, so.
Well, thank you.
Sometimes we get into that rut, we just take a lot of this for granted, but you guys do a
I will
tremendous
also
job.
have to say, I didn't think that I'd be rounding my way again to taking littles to parks, and so I appreciate, I'm like, which park should we go today? So
Absolutely.
there's a lot of choices, and
Choices.
all of them are
Yeah.
exceptionally well kept, so appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Any other comments or questions?
I just want to mention the event, the safety event at Center Lake Park Saturday was just overwhelming. Huge crowd, and I know park people were involved in it somehow.
Yeah.
And that was just an amazing event. It's grown and it's very enjoyable. I spent an hour there and couldn't believe all the things and all the people that thoroughly enjoyed it. So it was a great thing for the city.
Yep. Totally agree. Thank
And
you.
the mayor enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
I have one issue I'd like to bring up. I know in December, I believe it is, the board provides the employees of the park department with a luncheon, and I think that's typically done in December sometime. I know that's kind of a busy month. Everybody has lots of things going on, and you've had Thanksgiving before. Is there any desire that maybe we could look at something later in October versus December? I don't know if that's something that you haven't thought about it, but maybe we can talk amongst ourselves. I can get with Steve and Michelle, and we can, and maybe there's no desire for us to move it. It just seems like, I know December is busy for everyone, as well as November. We're coming off Thanksgiving, and it might be something we want to look at. So typically, October would be maybe a less busy time.
It would be.
Except for the Christmas stuff that,
Well, you get Thanksgiving it's in the last week this year, and then you're right into, that, the holiday, and then Christmas is coming up, and that's when we're starting the display. So that's a good idea, Larry.
Yeah, so-
Maybe sometime in October, if that works out for everybody, that would be
I'll,
great.
I'll
So, yeah.
communicate with all of you and Steve and let him know that we've discussed it tonight and again, get with Michelle and,
I feel like if we ask our parks workers, I mean, that would be.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. They'll come at any time.
It's for them, so, yeah.
I think in October, there's less people that would be on vacation
Yes.
that could maybe enjoy it more too, because you
Good.
get towards the end of the year and there's quite a handful of staff members that are taking vacation days that don't roll over, so they
Yeah.
are not present.
okay.
We're-
We'll look at
Good
that.
idea.
Yeah, I'll send everyone emails on that as well as the other two that aren't here tonight. so.
The weather's better. You don't have to worry about
Big
Yes,
snow. or-
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Could be 90s.
Any,
could be.
anything else anyone would like to discuss, bring up? Okay, well, we wish Steve a quick recovery and hope he gets to feeling better and appreciate all of you being here. And we have a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn.
We have a motion and a second. Jill?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Those are the only ones who could.
I can't vote, but I'll vote to adjourn.
It's all right.
The fall family event is from
Friday.
6 to
Well
8,
done.
but it's 7:30. We are going to have a movie that will run until 9 o'clock as the cabin activities wind down.
Lunch and learn. I have